So this one was quite happy inside the womb and was getting ready to set up camp. She was 4 days past her due date, and we went in, and 28 hours later she came out. And right when she was coming out, the doctors said, "Is your family waiting for you?" We said yes. They're like, "You're gonna have to ask them to leave," because the hospital was shutting down for COVID. Just a little bit about her name. Verity means truth. And I think, what a time for a baby named Truth to be born. So I know God has plans for her.
I had it pretty much all planned out to where I wanted to say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get to the hospital. This is how long it's going to take. They're going to have family there to help us. We're going to have, food. We're going to get it all, but none of that happened. So I was kind of in a state of shock to where I didn't know what to do. She was kind of literally in shock, so she was shaking. They couldn't get her blood pressure or anything. So I just felt completely and utterly alone. I didn't have anybody. The doctors, they're just being doctors. They're like, it's okay, da, da, da. Well, they're really not there emotionally to help you. So I was just sitting there, and I was just thinking and praying, saying that, please help everything to go okay. And eventually, I couldn't get past that point where I was like, there's something gonna happen. But after 2-3 days in the hospital after delivery, I started to feel a little bit better. Started to feel like things are gonna start turning around. She was starting to get better. She was starting to sleep a little bit better. She was starting to eat more. So I started feeling that God was really helping us out through this time, because I don't think you can plan for that at all. I mean, even with a regular birth, it's still, you can't plan for it, but adding COVID on top of that, the moment she was born, they said, okay, everybody's got to go home. And I was lucky just to stay in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally prayed every single night for her and for Lydia, saying, please help her through this, to help her be able to take care of her, help us to be able to take care of her.
We can withstand a lot. Because you feel like you're at your breaking point, and there were a few points where I broke. There were a lot of tears in the past 6 months. We have our plans, and then God has his plans. God's plans are always better than our plans. Because sure, I wish that we could have still had all the family around her and the play dates and being outside and not having to worry about COVID. But I know God's always been there for us, and like Brian said, things could have been a lot harder. We're blessed with a good, healthy baby. So I think even in the hard times, he's definitely found ways to bless us and get us through the past 6 months with her.